say that as we hit the team. So, all right, y'all, let's go. Week 2 of the NFL. We had an exciting week 1. Welcome to the hedge with Double D. We got an exciting week 2.
The hedge with Double D.
Don't forget the hedge.
Can't forget the
You
sound.
gotta drop it in.
All right. Yes. I got the OGs with me. Colin, Dylan. Colin, thank you for joining me.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Pack. Let's go. I've got my Rodgers jersey on, and
Bittersweet.
I feel bad for him. So you know what? I got my Packers jersey on. Support the Pack. Support Rodgers because I feel bad for him. You know, that's a tough way to go out. Could be career ending. I mean, I hope it's not. I hope he comes back. I don't think it will be, but it could be, man. That's that's a serious injury.
AstroTurf did him dirty, man. AstroTurf did him dirty.
On turf.
Dylan, what do you think if somebody would have put like a number, like what would the spread be of like 20-1 of Rodgers gets injured in the first game, not let alone, 4 minutes in?
Well, I should have known when I saw the FanDuel boost of a combination of passing yards between Rodgers and who were they playing? I can't even think now.
Probably Garrett Wilson. Oh no, the
other quarterback.
Oh, Jared or
Josh Allen?
Bills.
Josh Allen. So they had a special on there of them to combine for like 500 yards, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll hammer this, and of course goes down first play, first drive.
No.
It's like should have known. No, man, I don't. God. I would have to say it's probably like 30 or 40 or 50-1 to expect. That's just terrible, man.
Yep.
Sucks. I mean, as a Packers fan, though, what do you think? I mean, is it? I know you guys like Rodgers, but do you have any? How does it feel to see him go down when he's not on the Packers?
No, I mean, it sucks. I mean, any injury sucks,
Yeah.
and so you don't want that to happen. But it's just one of those things of like. I mean, he is 39. That's the risk that it is. But no, I don't. I'm not stomping. I'm not walking.
How do you feel about watching Jordan Love play though?
No, yeah, yeah. I was exactly. That was great. It's terrible. So I was When Rodgers went down, that was terrible. I was very sad. It was funny because I was like, oh man, that sucks. I told Kelsey, and she was like, well, good thing we traded him, right? I was like, ooh, brutal. But you're right. Cold-blooded.
Jordan Love looked better than Aaron Rodgers looked.
Jordan Love looked great.
Sure.
He didn't have to do too much. Aaron Jones looked even better. I mean,
Aaron Jones looked
great. The Bears. Oh, I forgot. We were supposed to start with the Bears still suck.
Bears still suck. Bears still suck. Bears still suck.
I'll get in on that.
No. The Packers, yes, 1-0, just took it to the Bears. Aaron Rodgers passed ownership on down to Jordan Love, and Jordan Love now owns the Bears. And oh man, that was a blowout. Like that was just
good feeling.
It felt great to watch. I was like, oh my god, just killed him on every part of the game. So, but we digress. It feels such a good week though. Sorry for Aaron Rodgers. Good for the Packers. I guess the biggest story is the Bengals looked terrible. That was crazy. The Browns looked good.
How much of that? I mean, they started slow last year. Do you think that it's the same kind of thing, or do you think that it's just,
I don't know, man. I'm not super worried about them. Like you said, I think maybe Joe Burrow just couldn't really move still yet. Maybe that injury is a little bit lingering. And it was like sloppy field. Apparently, I mean, I've seen like Joe Burrow's bad against the Browns in general, so that didn't worry. I don't know. I think that's just a 1-game thing, a Browns thing. Dylan, are you scared if you had picked the Bengals to win it all or something like that? Are you worried?
I mean, I honestly have I don't know. I'm not as concerned about the Bengals losing in conference. Biggest surprise to me, and it's not as big a surprise with Kelsey being out, but Chiefs. I'm a little concerned about the Chiefs if Kelsey doesn't get healthy. If they get it kind of in a bad spot early in the year. But no, I think it's a 1 game. Bengals are fine. They're going to be just fine, in my opinion.
Colin, was there a bigger story than the Bengals and the Chiefs both struggling to you? I mean, The Bills struggled. There's a lot of, the three best quarterbacks maybe all struggled. Excuse me, Colin, was there?
I think Miami, obviously the Jets, dominated, Tuesday after Monday night game, but Miami, you've got to be feeling so good if you're a Dolphin fan. I mean, knowing that the East, like they were already feeling good Sunday night, but then now, they wake up, Tuesday morning and Rodgers is down and they have to contend with the Bills, who already dropped a game, and then the Patriots, who already dropped a game.
Yes, no. Great point.
I think we go back to the previews. I was pretty high on the Dolphins, and I'm loving this. I don't like to see the injury, but that is 100% facts, man. That division is wide open right now for the Dolphins to win.
And that's what we talked about. It's like, I think if Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins are a great pick. And I think that's why I think you ride the Dolphins you ride the Dolphins unless something happens, basically. Because I agree, man. I think, Dylan, we both said the Bills kind of peaked. Now that Dayball's gone, and it seems like the Dolphins, if Rodgers is out, the Dolphins won the weekend for sure. So yeah, they're definitely, I think they should be favorites to win the division. Otherwise, Detroit, good for Detroit. They didn't even have a great game, but the Chiefs had a bad game and Detroit won, so that was good for them. That
was an interesting game, because that's like, did the Lions win more or did the Chiefs lose more? Like, that's kind of what it felt like.
Did Kadarius Toney lose? Yeah.
I think it's a combo. Kelsey's out, man. It's a Bengals Chiefs, both of them they know what they're going to do later on. It's like, this is the NFL. It's a long year. So I'm not concerned about either, but you're right that the Chiefs did not look great without Kelsey. They don't have a lot of weapons without him out there. So
let's see here. Otherwise, the rookie quarterbacks looked not bad. They looked like rookie quarterbacks. None of the rookie quarterbacks looked good. Richardson probably looked the best. He had some mistakes, but we'll get into this game later, but I like the Colts over the Texans this week, just because I think the Colts are better and Richardson is in a better situation. Oh man, you know what surprised me? The Broncos.
Sean Payton, dude, pulling his bag of tricks.
They're losing to the Raiders at home. Like, that's bad, man. I thought for sure the Broncos would win. The same old Broncos. They couldn't do anything. The kicker missed the extra point early on. That's just like.
Do you think that, Dylan? Do you think that Russell Wilson will have a on-field fight with Sean Payton, or rather, Sean Payton will pick a fight with Russell Wilson?
Dude, let's see how they get beat by the Commanders at home this week, and it's just, oh my God, it'll unravel. No. We'll talk about that game, but hey, anything's possible with these guys.
Dude,
that organization has been so good historically, but wow.
I know. Colin, can Russell Wilson play himself out of the Hall of Fame? Is that what's happening?
No. I think it's one of those things with the NFL and then especially the NBA. Like, Deion Waiters is going to wind up in the NBA Hall of Fame. Like, that's the easiest one to get in. But I think the NFL, yes, he will, because he's got,
Deion Waiters. That's a hot take.
I know. That's kind of like, well, that's a lot of people.
Like when he played the guy from the Cavs?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe in the College Hall of Fame or something. I don't know. Not the.
I like it, Colin.
I'm saying everybody and their mother can get into the NBA Hall of Fame these days.
My mother is in.
Look at the nominees. I want to be stricter. I want to take it stricter.
They should start voting people out, and you have to get replacements instead of letting more in.
I think it'd be cool if you could vote people out. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I would keep Harden out of the Hall of Fame. So,
yeah.
There's.
That's.
I think we should be able to vote people in and out on the hedge. Yeah.
We'll have our own segment where we vote out of the Hall of Fame this week.
Yeah, our personal Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Colin, you're out of the Hall of Fame.
Out.
Eliminator week 1, eliminated.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, otherwise, any big stories from last week stick out to y'all before we move on? I mean, I guess the Cowboys destroyed the Giants. But otherwise, I think the Dolphins Chargers maybe was the best game. The Dolphins, man, they just keep winning late. So we kind of
I
touched.
think the Rams look better than expected. That's not a huge storyline, but I think we forgot to talk about Aaron Donald, man. That guy's just
It surprised me. It did surprise me that I thought the Seahawks would win that for sure. So that surprised me. I mean, the Packers game. We talked about it a little bit. The Bears still suck, but Jordan Love looked great. The Packers were better. They looked better than I expected. One of the big winners of the weekend for sure, the Packers, because the Vikings also lost. So,
Hear that.
yeah. And now
Dawson, what's your favorite game that you're looking forward to next week?
the Packers. Besides the Packers game.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Besides the Packers game, I think one of the bigger. I think Miami New England is going to be a really good game, but otherwise, I think Kansas City Jacksonville. I want to see Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence battle it out. I want to see Jacksonville put Kansas City in a hole, an 0-2 hole.
Jacksonville plus 146 to win outright. So if you're feeling pretty crispy,
Old doggy.
Yeah. Over under is 51.5.
Yeah, we got 51. Yeah, so
that's a high total. I like it.
Chris Jones is back. I mean, but yeah, Jacksonville looks good, and it's at home. No, I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's move into it. Let's move into this week. Let's start making some picks. What we can go. We'll kind of go game by game. We'll just kind of go kind of quickly on some of these games that we don't have anything super prepared for. Thursday night. Kirk Cousins, primetime Kirk, going into Philadelphia. Philadelphia won last week. It wasn't their best game, but they won at New England. They didn't play their starters at all in the preseason, so maybe it was a little get the rust off. I think, you can't trust Kirk in prime time, so I'm going New England to win. -6 is kind of a lot. If I'm going to bet this game, this is all unofficial. I'm going to buy it down to like Philadelphia minus like 2.5 or something just to be safe. Maybe -3.5. But I think maybe the safest thing is just take Philadelphia to win. I don't think primetime Kirk Cousins wins. Dylan, you with me on fading primetime Kirk?
Yeah, man, I'll take the points too. I don't care. Give me Eagles 6.5.
All right.
I just think they'll get it done. Yeah, primetime Kirk.
Primetime Kirk. Kind of enough said, right?
Ride it till it breaks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Colin, are you on the same idea with us? Primetime
Yeah,
Kirk?
I'm right with Dylan. I think they win by a touchdown. If you're super nervous, yeah, you can tease it down. Probably the 5.5 would be the 2.5. You probably don't get a lot of good value. It's probably minus 180 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, just take
fun when they're throwing a parlay too, with the money line.
Same game parlay action. Yeah.
Absolutely. Or you could do a little double of like a little anytime touchdown from Jalen Hurts, and then an anytime touchdown to either AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. Or if they get Goddard involved, obviously he had the goose egg.
That'd be nice for me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well then, so we're all on the Eagles there. So go Birds. All right, moving on to Sunday's games. The first game. Oh, like we said, we were gonna share our screen so everyone can see us, so y'all aren't just looking at my big. Looking at our faces. Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Wop 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 wop.
Oh man. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So I think ESPN does their odds, yes, through Caesar. So these are Caesar's odds. We don't really look at those, but they're not going to be that far off. I mean, y'all can correct me if there's anything big on DraftKings or FanDuel. So Top game for me is the Packers because the Packers are my team. Like I said, I got my Rodgers jersey on. I got my Packers stuff. Let's go Pack. I picked against them last week because I didn't trust them. I thought the Bears would win. I thought going into Chicago would be tough. We usually don't play well week 1, but a lot of that is because our starters don't play at all, including Rodgers mainly. But some of our starters played a little bit in the preseason. We looked good. We kicked butt. Maybe the Bears are just terrible, so that's hard to tell. But Colin, the Packers looked good, man. -1. I think the Falcons aren't very good. I think the Packers should beat the Falcons. I think this is another win for the Packers. -1, you might as well take the points. I feel good with this one, man. I think the Falcons defense is bad and we'll put up some points again. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Take the points, parlay it with Jordan Love anytime touchdown so you can get in that positive money, and feel good about it. I even looked at FanDuel teasing it to -2.5. You get +106. So if you just want to think that they win by a field goal, take it. Obviously, if you're feeling real wild, tease it up a little more. But Dylan, what are you thinking? You think Pack take care of it, or you think the Falcons? Old Arthur Smith has got some tricks in his bag.
Who did the Falcons play week 1? Was it the Panthers? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
What? Okay. I was wondering who that win was against. We talked about the Falcons earlier. Dude, Packers look great. Congrats, guys. Jordan Love looks good early. Aaron Jones obviously is just such a weapon. So yeah, give me the Packers here.
All right.
Like it.
Yes. And so Aaron Jones pulled up with like the quad or the something, looked like he was kind of hurting something in his leg, but it sounded like he was okay and he should be good to go. So that's another thing to watch. We're doing this Wednesday night. If all of a sudden Friday it comes out that Aaron Jones is not good, that's going to be a huge difference. So just take that as this is Wednesday night and he's good for now. So yeah, he is by far the big weapon. All right. Ooh. All right, Tony's just sent me some stuff, and he likes the Packers -1 also. So everyone's on the Pack -1. Let's go. Go Pack, go. All right. Okay. Let's move on. So Bills, Raiders, I don't have anything to say about that. I think the Bills will win. They'll come back and destroy them. -9 is such a big line. I'm gonna stay away from it. Maybe throw the Bills in a parlay. That's Tony's lock of the week though. Bills -9.5. So Tony thinks the Bills are gonna destroy him. -9.5 at home. So just throwing that out there. That is Tony's lock of the week.
Sweet tea.
Yeah. And we'll move on. Ravens Bengals I think is a much more exciting game. Bengals looked terrible. Ravens didn't look great. They beat the Texans, but if hopefully Mark Andrews is back, I think that would make a big difference if he can come back to help the Ravens a lot.
Do you like the under there at 46.5?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of high. I would think this is going to be a lower scoring game. So yes, I think I'm going to lean toward the under there. Dylan, Cincinnati -3.5, even though they lost that first game and looked so bad. Are you surprised they're favored by 3.5? And are you leaning?
No, not at all. Get right game. Ravens are good though. Obviously Lamar is going to be a good player, and they just lost J.K. Dobbins last week. That guy cannot stay on the field. Sucks to see. I think Bengals get right here, and they win by. I think they win by a touchdown, or it's a divisional game, so it's always tough. But I would lean towards Bengals. It's not my favorite game of the week because Ravens are good, but I would lean towards Bengals.
Yeah, I think maybe even be worth buying it down to -3 just to be safe. Colin, are you leaning towards the Bengals as well? This is a tough one. I think
I am. I was just actually looking to see if there would be a prop bet for McPherson winning the game at the end by 3, just simply by a field goal. I think this is muddy. I'm also with the under on this one. I don't trust the 3.5 line. That sounds sounds a little fishy to me. But yeah, I think Bengals win this one, hit the under, and I think it's close. I think it's muddy.
Yeah. I think I'm more confident in the under, and I think I'd lean toward the Ravens actually plus 3.5.
Yeah,
I think I like that hook on the 3.5. I think I'd lean towards the Ravens. So Ravens plus 3.5 and the under. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll pick the rest of these games. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. All right, we are back with the Hedge with Double D. Thank you for staying with us.
The Hedge with Double D.
Guys, we're having fun. We're talking football. It really doesn't get any better than this. The next game, let me get back to sharing my screen so we're all looking at the same thing here.
Boot that baby up.
Ayo. All right, Seahawks Lions. I feel like I don't know, man. It seems like it should be a good game or a big game. Like the Lions just don't excite me, and I know they're good. They're going to be good. I keep picking them to win. I picked them to win Thursday. It's like, woo, good for them, and I'm happy for them. But like, I don't know. This should be a good game, a big game. Lions -5. I don't know, Colin. You start. How about you start this game? Because I'm all like negative about it. -5.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think this one is more of like go for like I know I keep harping on like the anytime touchdowns, but I think it's because I've done so many fantasy drafts in the last week and a half. But like looking at DK, looking at Amon-Ra, St. Brown, I think you can count on those things, especially if you pair them together. That should be, hopefully, 2-1 odds at least.
Okay.
I think you roll with the Lions though. At the end of the day, the Seahawks didn't show you anything that they could win on the road, especially in a place like Detroit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right. The Seahawks didn't show me anything. If I'm gonna pick an anytime touchdown score, I might lean toward Jahmyr Gibbs, the new running back for the Lions. I think he's gonna get even more work. But
he had so much he had so much power when he was running. Dylan, do you know where he went to college? I know you're a college guy more so than myself.
Yeah, he's an Alabama guy. I'm pretty sure.
I think he did. I think he's Alabama. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's played at Alabama.
I don't know, Dylan. Do you feel comfortable picking this game at -5?
Not really. I mean, I would lean towards the Lions, just being at home, keeping it rolling. Maybe we're on a high momentum on after the Kansas City game, but I like DK Metcalf anytime touchdown. I think he's gonna have this guy could have a touchdown in he could have a touchdown in 12 out of the games this year and a couple multi-touchdown games. I mean, I think he could end at 14, 15 touchdowns at the end of the year. So he had just a kind of a quick stat on him. He had like 24 red zone targets last year. And I think he had like 6 touchdowns. So like, I don't think that trend continues with how good he is. So I like to play the odds on him. He got one last week. Let's see if he keeps it rolling.
No, yeah. I agree. I think that's a good. And honestly, Amon-Ra St. Brown's the same one. He was another guy that had a lot of like getting tackled inside of like the 5-yard line or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird stat. For the record, Tony is picking the Lions -5.5. So I think I'm gonna take the Seahawks here. I don't know, man. I still just not. I did -5's a lot, so I think I'm gonna take the Seahawks at +5. Just because the NFL footballs. So I don't feel comfortable with either way. So I'm just gonna kind of ride against the crowd there. So
yeah,
the under might be a good pick there.
Yeah,
but
I
okay.
agree with that.
Moving on. Tennessee and the Chargers. We'll kind of move through some of these quicker. Tennessee and the Chargers. The Chargers -3 over under at 45. It's at Nashville. I like the Chargers here. I kind of thought Tennessee might be a little bit better this year than what they showed last week. They were really bad. The fact that I think Vrabel's a really good coach, and the fact that he wouldn't go for it on 4th down and kick the field goal just shows he has like no no trust, no faith in his offense at all. I mean, like normally you got to go for that. You got to try to win the game. But I guess, I mean, Tannehill looked bad. Derrick Henry didn't even look dominant. So I think I like the Chargers here at -3. I mean, they looked good against the Dolphins in a loss. And away or at home doesn't matter for them because at home it's still an away game, basically.
No fan.
Yeah. So Dylan, Chargers -3. Are you with me there? Or are you riding with the home team with the Titans?
I'm a Titans fan. That says anything. So go ahead and lock in the Chargers here. Titans look like crap.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I mean, they played we talked about the Saints earlier in the year being a pretty good team, in their division. So I don't think it's a telltale sign, but Chargers, I'm high on them. With everybody healthy, and Herbert looked good last week. Eckler looked great last week, and they got great weapons. I think it's going to be a rough game for the Titans.
Yeah. Yeah. Colin, you with us?
Yeah, I think that this is a bounce back game. As much as I don't believe in the Chargers coach, Brandon Staley, they just have more talent than Titans. And, if you want to go Titans +130 to win just based on the coach, good luck. But I'm going to take old Herbert and the Chargers.
Yeah. I think it might even be worth bumping that up to like -5.
Yeah.
Just because I think the Chargers, they're better. I think they're going to be able to exploit the Titans on defense. So yeah.
Yeah, this could be one of those games that ends up being like 31-17, and it's like, they easily clear the spread and they get the over.
Yeah. No, yeah, seriously. Yeah. Okay. I would normally skip the Bears and the Bucks, but I've talked to Colin, and this is our dog of the week. Colin and I both like the Bears as our dog of the week. The Bears still suck, but we like them to win outright this week as our dog over the Bucks. I think the Bucks beat the Vikings, and they kind of shouldn't have. The Vikings were just bad, and the Bucks aren't very good. And so that kind of pushed the spread to what it was, added another point. And I think the Bears are a little bit better than what they showed, and Justin Fields might just like take off and get those like 100 yards rushing and a touchdown or something here. I think I like the Bears here to cover and to win outright at a not good Tampa team. Colin, what's your thought here as your dog of the week?
Yeah, same thing. I think that, you could tell that especially the first half, Fields wasn't able to run around like he does. Each time that he tried to run, there would be, a guy there to kind of, stop him, or at least in the way. I think he starts to be able to run a little bit with the Buccaneers, starts opening up the pass game. Mooney should theoretically have a better game. So yeah, give me the Bears, especially, you're getting 2.5 points. Might as well just take the full money line, get plus 128 on FanDuel. So Dylan, do you think the Bucks got a little magic for the NFC South 2-0?
I'm laying off. I don't like either team. Give me the under. Low scoring football game. I don't think it's gonna be much to watch. Like something like a 15 or like a 14, 17 type game, some ugly play. But yeah, I don't love this game either way. I think Bears are bad. I think the Bucks are bad. So just give me the under. Hopefully some bad football.
All right, bad football. I agree. I think that's a good take. All right, dogging it. Dylan, who's your official dog of the week so I don't pass them by accident?
I mean, outright dog of the week, Steelers.
That's right.
I think Steelers get back on track at home. Browns played really well this first week. Steelers got beat pretty bad, but these teams are divisional rivals. Love the home dog in a divisional matchup. So I'll take and it's not that many points. I mean, I think it's like 2.5 or
2.5.
something.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at the line. Look at the line there too. 38.5. Ooh, they just don't think they're gonna be that many points. So in a low scoring game, I would go for the home team to get it done. But yeah, that's gonna be my dog of the week.
Okay. Chicago. Okay. All right, good. All right, so you got the Steelers as your dog. We'll talk about the Monday night games when we do our recap on Sunday night. So we'll skip those for now. But getting back to it, Chiefs and the Jags. That's arguably the game of the week. Chiefs and the Jags. Can the Chiefs bounce back? Can the Jags put them in a hole and kind of take control of this conference? It's at Jacksonville, but the Chiefs are favored 3.5. So you got another home doggy here in Jacksonville. I feel like I've been starting a lot of these. Dylan, I'll let you start this one. Kansas City, Jacksonville, -3.5 and a 51 over under.
Yeah, that's a big number. Where's Kelsey? We got to figure that out. It's early in the week. I don't know if his status has been determined yet. If he's out, give me the Jags. Give me the Jags outright. I think the line moves a lot towards them if they announce that that Kelsey's out. Yep. Jaguars got high expectations. Calvin Ridley coming in looking like a freaking beast. I mean, that boy is gambling. He's better be picking himself to get another touchdown this week. I love his touchdown prop. But that being said, I do like Jags plus 3.5. If Kelsey comes back, I still like him at home with the points. I mean, it's hard to pick against a team like that that's got high expectations, and seeing the Kansas City team kind of play not the greatest football against the Lions. So I like Jags plus 3.5 here.
Yep. Colin, go ahead.
Yes, I completely agree. I think I like the Jaguars just outright. Take the plus 145. Let's
go Jags.
I mean, let's say that Kelsey's given you 2 touchdowns. Where are the other touchdowns going to come from? You got Mahomes running 1. That's 21 points. Do we think that the Jaguars can put up 28 points? I think so. Dawson, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. So what Tony has sent me for Tony's dog of the week at plus 150, he's got the Jags. So
oh my god. We may need to fade the hedge if we're all leaning.
I like it too. No, I think now's the time to jump on it at plus 150. I'm
Yes.
guessing Tony's on DraftKings looking at that.
Yes.
So I think now's the time to jump on it because I think the Chiefs are going to lean towards being safe with Kelsey, letting him sit another week if he needs to. They know that all they got to do is make the playoffs. They'd much rather have him later than lose him, rushing him back. But like Dylan said, it's all about if Kelsey comes back. If Kelsey does come back and play, this is, I might lean towards, it's still 3.5. I still might lean towards the Jags, but I'd lean toward the Chiefs to win. But if what I'm assuming is maybe Kelsey doesn't play, I like the Jags now. Jump on it now before that line changes any at all. I don't really know any news on Kelsey, so I don't think it's been announced that he's playing or anything, but I haven't seen anything about.
Said that he was looking. They said they were kind of being cagey. They were like, he's looking hopeful.
Okay.
To start and likely to start.
Okay, so yeah, we really haven't. It's hard to get practice stuff on Wednesday night. So I mean, if he does play, I think the Jags is a good pick. So plus 3.5. I think we're all on the Jags, so that is scary. So maybe fade the hedge, take the Chiefs to bounce back, and take it to the Jags. All right, Colts, Texans. No reason to talk about that game except for that's kind of the Colts are my lock. I like the Colts here. I'm going to trust Anthony Richardson. I don't really trust him, but I'm going to take the Colts as my lock. -1. I think the Texans aren't going to win a lot of games. I think the Colts are a better team. And I think they go into Houston and win the game. So might as well take the -1 there. So otherwise, no need to talk about this game because not a lot of people are going to care about this game.
Give me the Texans.
All right. Give me the Texans. There you go.
Colts are in shambles. Texans at home. 2 rookie quarterbacks. The home quarterback has a better game this game. Yeah, so I'll be contrary to that. I like Texans this week.
All right.
Sorry to go against your lock. That's not a pick. That's not one of my
It's
locks.
all right. It's
I
one
would
of those,
just say that.
it's one of those like throwing it out there was like, I don't know. It's so hard to pick a lock in the NFL with the spread. Every spread's so close. So -1 is like, I like that with the Colts thing. They'll win. So I think the Colts looked good in a loss. I think the Texans, they didn't look good. They looked So all right. Moving on. All right, we're officially in the late games. So 49ers Rams. I don't think that's anybody's lock or anything. So we're not going to do that. I think we all think the 49ers are going to win, but maybe some of us think the Rams will cover.
I think the Rams are going to cover here, for sure.
I think the 49ers are going to cover on this one. I think they kind of body the Rams. I think they swallow them up a little bit. So I like this. This is good.
I think they
rock, paper, scissors, Rams.
Yeah. I mean, the Niners should destroy the Rams. They've got such a better team. And yeah, the Rams.
49ers fans travel, man. That's going to be 60. That's going to be a 49ers home game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think the Niners definitely win there. I think they cover too, honestly. I put, we talked about on FanDuel. We talked about FanDuel did the thing where if you put a $50 bet on a team, you get a $5 free bet every week that they win. I put it on the Niners at plus 1,000. So got my $5 free bet. Hopefully that hits 10 times. I think that'll happen. I'll get my money back, but I'm high on the Niners. So
I like it.
Yeah. Giants Cardinals. God, I do not want to talk about that game.
I'll talk about it. Take the Giants.
All right, take the Giants -5.5. I think I agree there. The Cardinals always go against the Cardinals right now. They lost to a bad Commanders team. The Giants are going to want to bounce back after that disappointing, embarrassing, shameful Sunday Night Football appearance. So
Dayball is going to run circles around the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I think that was going to be one of my locks other than the Packers, Packers, 49ers, and Giants. Those are my 3.
Yeah.
All right with you, Colin. I love it.
Yep.
Respect.
All right. Jets, Cowboys. I don't know. Man, dude, surprise of the week. Jets beating the Bills without Aaron Rodgers. That was a huge surprise. Colin, was any part of you thinking about when Aaron Rodgers got hurt in the week 1 against the Bears and he came back in the second half and had that amazing comeback? And it was like the greatest thing. And we beat the Bears. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't think about that literally at all because I knew that my Jets under was going to hit. And as bad as I felt that he got injured, I was like, well, I am going to hit the under.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, the fact that, we had talked about this a couple episodes ago that, Rodgers playing so many games on AstroTurf, and the fact that his first game, first series, he's getting injured on AstroTurf. Terrible coincidence, but still.
Yeah.
Do you think, Dylan, that 38 over/under line, that's a little suspicious? Do we not think the Cowboys can, hit that over?
I just think it's going to be a slow. That's a good. I don't know, man. I'm just, that is suspicious. I like the over, I guess, in that one. Those low lines they're just tricky, bro. But with the Jets really adjusting, I think, and playing on the road and how the Cowboys came out, it makes sense. I think their Vegas is really predicting this to be like a, 24-28 to 10. They're not predicting that, but
No, I think it is going to be like 24-10 or like 26 to
Yeah.
or 27 to like 6. I mean, two really good
Yeah.
defenses. One now,
What really good defenses, yeah.
yeah, two really good defense. Maybe like two top defenses. I mean, I kind of like the under there, honestly. I think that.
I think for that, like I think you could get a little more value if you did first half under, second half over, and like get it in at the same time. Because I think there's going to be a garbage time TD where the Cowboys just give it up, and Parsons isn't running 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Wilson's
Who's starting for the Jets this week?
Gonna be Zach Wilson. I mean, they haven't.
Oh God,
that's all they got.
Yeah,
dude. How many picks is he gonna throw?
See, exactly. It's gonna be
two.
I think they're not gonna score a lot of points. I think the Cowboys are gonna just shut them down. But I don't think the Cowboys are gonna get these crazy special teams and touchdowns and everything like they did last week. So I think the under feels good there. I think Zach Wilson does nothing. I don't think Dak Prescott. I mean, the Jets have a really good defense too. I don't think Dak Prescott does a lot. So
yeah. I think Diggs gets his hands on a Wilson interception for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think the -9, you might take the Jets at +9 there, but the -9 is too big for me to take. But I think the under is more likely for me because, like we said, this could be like this could be like a 13 to like 9 game.
Don't love it.
No, yeah.
Not great, Bob. Not great.
Dude, for the afternoon games, though, this is like the game of the week, I guess, for the afternoon games because they expected it to be Rodgers. So
yeah.
Yeah. You got Dak and Zach.
Oh, dude, unless they can flex the Jets out, the Jets are gonna have so many primetime games.
Yeah. Instead, we got stuck with Dak and Zach.
BYU versus Stark Vegas. Who's gonna win?
Yeah, Dak and Zach, and the story of who gets more sacks. There's a lot.
Dak, Zach, and the Sacks, written by Dr. Seuss. Yeah. Okay, Commanders, Broncos. The Broncos are so embarrassing. I can't believe they're still losing. That's terrible. I don't even want to talk about this game. So y'all aren't allowed to talk about this game. So moving on to Sunday Night Football. Dolphins, Patriots. This is another, man. This is one of the biggest games. I think this will be a great game. I almost took the Dolphins. This might be my lock of the week. Actually, I might move it off the Colts since Dylan was anti it. He scared me.
Hey, don't let me influence you, man. I'm just making
no, I want y'all
late at night. I'm just feeling froggy.
Yeah. But I like the Dolphins here a lot. I think as long as Tua is healthy, ride with the Dolphins. As long as they got everybody healthy, ride with them. The Patriots are better than I thought they'd be, but I think the Dolphins are going to beat them by more than 3 points. So Dolphins -3, I like that. Colin, what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, this one's a stay away for me. Patriots getting the home dog money line with Belichick. He's got a little time to prepare. Makes me nervous, but I do think that the Dolphins win it. But at the same time, I could see the Patriots, sneaking one and getting a victory late. But that offense for the Dolphins, I mean, it has to be someone has to really stop them to not think they're going to keep steamrolling. Obviously, everybody ad nauseum is saying if Tua is healthy, so
yeah.
We just kind of take that as is. But yeah, Dylan, what are you thinking on this one?
Divisional game, points at home, Miami -3. Yeah, I mean, I'd stay away too. I just don't like, it's hard to with these divisional games early in the year. I think Dolphins riding high though. I do think they get the win, but I could see it come down to the wire. I would lean Dolphins though. I think that this is definitely a position for them to just to get a big statement win in the division and keep things rolling.
I mean, if the Dolphins win this Patriots game, I mean, there's a chance that we could be looking at like a 13th, win team with this one.
Yeah.
Because Patriots D is really good, and Stevenson is good.
Oh yeah, if the Dolphins, I mean, if they stay healthy, they could easily. I mean, they are a Super Bowl contender if they stay healthy. They are a very legit contender. Yeah. And I hope they do because they're a fun team to watch. And Tua is my quarterback fantasy wise, so let's go. And Jalen Waddle on my team, so let's go.
They are plus 850 to win the conference if you want to get wild.
Who is?
The Dolphins.
Plus 850 to win the AFC?
Mm-hmm.
What are they to win their division? Do you have that? I'm sure it's probably. I don't know if that's still up. I know they opened at plus 300, and I'm sure they're probably a favorite now.
Hold on one sec. They are plus 140, so so they're in the lead. I mean, plus 140 though.
Yeah. Are the Bills still?
They're plus 145. They're neck and neck.
Okay. Hey, I think we're going to see the Bills start to I'm kind of honestly excited to see the Raiders maybe keep it close with the Bills. I know you said lock of the week there for Tony, but this will be a defining game for the Bills this week if they're losing to the Jets without Aaron Rodgers, and if they struggle against the Raiders, watch out. This could be a team on the slide.
Yeah. No, seriously, yeah, and that week when we kind of called that, Dylan, so we'd look smart if that happens. So we'll cheer for it. All right, let's move to our eliminator picks. Last week, eliminator. Oh, look, I'm still sharing my screen so we can all look at our picks. That makes it fun. How about that? All right, so the eliminator, the hedge. Not to rub it in or anything.
Go ahead and show everybody.
One of us is already out. So week 1, I had the Ravens, my wife, Kelsey, not to be confused with Travis. She had the Jags. And then Dylan and Tony had the Commanders. And we all hit. And Colin, unfortunately, had the Vikings. So he's out.
I trusted in Kirk Cousins. That was a mistake.
Thanks for playing, Colin. Yeah, I hope you had fun. Yeah.
Can't wait to do it again next year.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make it to week 2.
Okay, so we have 4 left. As you can see, my picks are up. I'm taking the Bills as my eliminator pick. Tony is also taking the Bills. So Tony and I are both taking the Bills as our eliminator pick against the Raiders to bounce back. The Raiders. And Kelsey, she is feeling the Cowboys. She is Dak over Zach with a sack. And Cowboys for Kelsey.
Don't smoke crack.
And yeah, no, don't smoke crack. Exactly.
Don't smoke crack.
And then have we gotten y'all's already? Colin, Colin, you don't have one. Sorry. If Colin, we'll go to Dylan first. You get to have Dylan. Who's your eliminator pick?
I'm wavering. Wavering a little bit. I was leaning Cowboys, but with their Jets defense being so good and them getting it done against the Bills. And then hearing my good buddy Colin here talking about the Giants a little more. Had success with the bad Washington Commanders. Be careful. The bad Washington Commanders last week. I think I'm gonna roll with God, I just hate picking a road team, but I think I'm gonna shoot. I like what Colin said. I think it's gonna be a Giants offensive show. So I'm gonna go with Giant. Get you back in the game, Colin. Don't let me down.
Appreciate it.
Nice, yeah. That's a good one.
That would be the most me thing for the Cardinals to cost you your eliminator.
That would be terrible.
That's a smart pick. If it works out, it'll look really good because you won't get to use the Giants much later.
Yeah,
you won't want to use them, and you might have to. So that's a smart pick because I'm using 2 good teams early on. So All right. Like I said, Tony's using the Bills, and so am I. So those are our eliminator picks for the week. Those are all the picks for the week. We'll come back Sunday night and talk. We'll recap. We'll see we'll see how everything we picked got right. Even the picks that were going against each other, somehow they both got right. We'll see, because that's just how we do. And then we will talk a little bit of Monday Night Football. We'll recap. We'll talk Monday Night Football. We'll have fun. We'll see how who else got eliminated, and whose locks didn't hit and whose doggies hit. So join us Sunday night. Thank you for joining us tonight. Get us back to us. There we go. Colin, thank you for joining me.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course. Good seeing you, Dylan. Thank you for sticking with me through the whole night.
Of course, brother.
All right, guys, I'm excited. Let's go Pack. Go Big Orange. Go Badgers. Let's get it all this weekend. Hopefully everyone has a good weekend. Everyone's team wins. Everyone's bet hits. Remember, listen to the show. See if you agree with us. Bet responsibly. Don't forget to hedge those bets. Thank you for joining us, and we will see y'all next week.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Memphis Tigers.
Joining me. All right. All right. Good night, y'all. See ya.
See you guys.